All right, hello everybody, and welcome back. We have yet another interview to do with a couple of Bigfoot researchers. This is Ted Mahr and
Michiko Hayashi.
Yes, it's Michiko, and Michiko is going to talk a little bit about her book in a second. But right now, we just want to get a little background on these guys and what they're doing and why they're here at the Bigfoot or the Sasquatch Summit. So what are you guys doing here? Where are you from? What's the story?
Okay, I'm from planet Earth.
It's a good start.
Yeah, it's a good start. And more specifically, I'm from Olympia, Washington, just south of Seattle. I have a radio show that I broadcast on Friday afternoon from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. It's called Out of This World Radio, and it has a large worldwide audience. Every year I sponsor what's called the Galactic Wisdom Conference, which is in Olympia, Washington, and we have people talking about Sasquatch, UFOs, and healing. A lot of healing during my conference. If you'd like to come, please visit our website at www.galacticwisdomconference.com. Among our speakers will be Michiko Hayashi. She's with the Emoto Peace Project, and she was the administrative assistant to Dr. Emoto, a very famous spiritual man who passed away in Japan in October of 2014. She's carrying on his work today, and she has a book called the Emoto, Message from Water, and basically it details on how our consciousness, our thoughts, can create beautiful water crystals, and also they can create ugly water crystals depending upon whether it's positive or negative. Applied to human health, she uses special, what she calls Hado machines, to help people diagnose and treat various physical and spiritual conditions.
Michiko, can you hold that up again so people can get a look at that? Yeah, if you're looking at YouTube, funny thing, I just watched a thing on Victor Schauber.
Yeah, he's famous, yeah.
Yeah, so, it's incredible, and I keep talking to people about like the Bigfoot thing, the UFO thing, and I have to because people concentrate on small things. But if you back up and look at the big picture, we don't know. We don't even know what water is. One thing that they just have started admitting, they don't even know where it came from. How did it get on planet Earth? So
I know where we are from, but
Okay, well, we're going to do a much longer podcast later on. Right now, we just want to introduce you guys to these guys and what they're doing. And I'm fascinated by the radio show. Would you tell us the name of that again?
Sure, it's called Out of This World Radio. I have over 250,000 listeners in over 90 countries. I broadcast on Friday afternoons from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Time on 11:50 a.m. on KKNW in Bellevue, Washington, just outside Seattle. You can listen online, live, at www.1150kknw.com during the show, or after the show. You can listen to podcasts, if you like, at Out of This World, 1150.com. I've been a psychic for over 25 years in touch with the other side. And my foster mother taught me how to talk to the other side. The purpose of my show, however, is to make this world a better place. So I like to bring in people to help raise consciousness and make this world a better place. So that's the purpose of my show and the purpose of my life as well. It's a listener-supported, donation-based radio show, and I hope everyone listening will enjoy it.
Yeah, I can't wait to tune into that. So we're at a Bigfoot conference, and we don't have a lot of time, but
take as much time as you
is there a connection?
Not a problem.
Do you think there's a connection?
Well, every year, 2 or 3 times a year, we go down to Mount Shasta. And when we go down to Mount Shasta, we camp at the 6,500-foot level of the mountain, next to an entrance to what's called the Hollow of Telos. And while we're there, we always run into lots of Sasquatch. During July this year, we had a juvenile Sasquatch steal our food and interact with us. They also built, a year ago when we were there, they built a peace mandala made up of rose quartz crystal from Telos that they'd taken up. And when I was there most recently in October, I was there last month in October, we discovered a Sasquatch home that one of the Sasquatch had built. And so I'm very familiar with the Sasquatch.
I can show you
they
step.
Yes, of course, if you like.
Yeah, and
I don't know
if you'll send that to me, I can just show that on a YouTube video.
Right.
That is huge.
This is huge. This is what our friend took right when we were in Mount Shasta.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I will send it to you
Okay.
so you can just show it.
Okay, fantastic.
The term Sasquatch, the Sasquatch themselves do not like this term. They prefer being called chartreuse. They say Sasquatch originally meant wild men, and they don't consider themselves wild men. There's women too, but they call themselves chartreuse. So I wanted to make that little clarification out of respect.
Okay. And how do we know that they prefer to be called this?
They told me.
Okay. And they told you a psychic connection?
Yeah, I communicate with them psychically. There is a family of Sasquatch or chartreuse 5 miles from where we're sitting here. For example.
You know,
They don't come closer because of the obvious hazards.
I wish I took the she squatchers out on Thursday looking for Sasquatch.
Did you really?
Yeah, I wish we'd found you.
Oh, okay.
Because they tried to remote view a few areas by looking at maps, but they like look at maps, but when you get up north, there's no internet, so no maps.
I could bring you to some if you wish, with their permission.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to take the she squatchers. Yeah, maybe later. We're free to do anything.
Okay.
And from listening to you talk, I think we're neighbors. I'm in Redmond. Are you guys in
Oh,
Bellevue?
I'm close. I work in Bellevue, but I live in Olympia. But it's all
okay,
close.
that's
I have to drive. I think I drive past Redmond or something.
Okay.
You're really close.
And so you also work with the Michael Hall a little bit?
I know Michael. He's a good man, and he's been to my conferences before. I like Michael a lot. He's a great guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, because I do some work with the UFO I team. I go out in the field with them, and so yeah, they're a great bunch of guys, and so that's a really good reference.
I see the ships every night, and I can put you in telepathic contact with them if you wish.
You know, I don't need it. I honestly, I don't need. I know it's there. I know it's there, and
Sure.
I don't really need it. My life is fine as it
All
is.
right, okay, all right.
And I like to keep my friends terrestrial as much as possible.
I'm in touch with the Pleiadians. I've been in touch with the commander. There's over 2 million Pleiadian craft currently circling the planet, helping us with the ascension. The admiral's name is Admiral Hilarious. He's a Pleiadian commander. He's here, and I'm in touch with him. I've also been in touch with the Galactic Alliance, which is an alliance of 450 million planets, comprising approximately 7 trillion entities. In this 1/3 part of the Milky Way galaxy, they are between 50 and 100,000 years ahead of us technologically speaking, and between 30 and 50,000 years ahead of us spiritually. There is a way to call them in. If you like, I can demonstrate it now if you wish.
No need.
Okay.
No need to do it. We can go. We can visit. We can come to your house. We can do anything. But right now, we don't have a lot of time, and I don't want to get freaked out.
No, you won't be. I promise you. I can put protections in place.
Maybe you want to talk about Sasquatch.
It's okay. Well, no, that's fine. But we will reserve this for later because you keep bringing up all these different points that we need to go back and talk about. And so, have you heard this thing about this ET that they captured? Matilda McElroy, the nurse that interviewed one of them from Roswell.
I've heard the interview. Yeah, those were they captured a gray, short gray. And actually, the grays are very interesting history. Originally from Orion, the constellation Orion. They were captured many millennia ago. Most of them were captured by the reptilians many years ago.
Well, okay, so can you? I want to stop for a second because a lot of people won't know what we're even talking about.
Right.
So according to the alien in this interview, and you can see it on YouTube, Matilda McElroy, there was a race, whatever they were, and they were called the Dominion. They were called the Old Empire or something, and then they were replaced by these greys that worked for what they called the Dominion. Is that what we're talking about? There was originally somebody was in control, and somebody came and basically kicked them out.
Basically, there's two main groups in this part of the universe.
Yeah, they did.
One's called the good guys. Of course, all terms are relative, but they're the Galactic Alliance. They're benevolent, loving, service to others. And then the other ones are service to self, warlike. Those are called reptilians, part of the Dominion. And the reptilians, the Dominion, captured the Orions and genetically altered them so that they became a slave race. That's what they captured in Roswell, was a slave race. And their craft was shot down in a policing action by the Galactic Alliance because they weren't supposed to coming in. They were interfering with Earth affairs in a way that was against the Prime Directive. The Prime Directive is real. They're supposed to leave us alone, but they haven't. It's a long story. It goes into a lot of history.
It does, but there's a couple of things that we have in our own history that can kind of verify or not. But the Nuremberg UFOs in the 1500s.
Oh yeah. Right.
Was that part of this ongoing battle between these two sides? Because from what I've seen of the remote viewers, they had basically greys and humans that seem to be fighting with each other. So are the reptilians just reptilians, or are they also comprised of other races?
Mostly it's just the reptilians, but they have also other slave species that they've altered to work for them.
And the Pleiadians are humans?
They're humans. They're advanced humans in the fifth dimension, and they're part of the Galactic Alliance. According to Alex Collier, who actually will be at my conference next March, he's a contactee from the Andromeda Galaxy. He said that Adolf Hitler invited the Greys and the reptilians into this time-space reality in 1931. Once they came into our reality in 1931, they went all the way back to 9000 BC, or just after the fall of Atlantis. And they've altered human history since that time. It's unfortunate because if we could time travel and go back to 1930, go back to before 1931, you wouldn't find any traces of reptilians or greys as much as you do now, because they've altered our history. And you wouldn't know that because we're on a different timeline now. But the problem is that the destiny of planet Earth is to become a loving, kind, and benevolent planet. This is our destiny, according to what President Kennedy has told me. We are fulfilling that destiny now. We will soon have the end of all wars. I know that we're going to be advancing into the fifth dimension here soon, and in the higher states. And so we have a very beautiful and bright future ahead of us that these negative entities have tried to interfere with, but it's not going to work. And the tide has turned, and we have a very bright and happy future ahead of us. I know we've covered a lot of ground in 2 minutes, but I'm trying to encapsulate things in this overview to realize our history.
Yeah, sometimes you want to cover so much, you end up just confusing people. So where does Bigfoot fit into all this?
I'm glad you asked. Bigfoot actually was created by the Atlanteans approximately 300,000 years ago. Was created not by the Atlanteans, forgive me. They were created by a benevolent extraterrestrial human species to help help start a strain of humans on this planet. That was about 300,000 years ago, and they are a hybrid between these benevolent humans and an ancient giant sloth that went extinct 200,000 years ago. And so these benevolent humans are interdimensional. They came from the fifth and sixth dimensions. And so when they hybridized their species, their these advanced humans, with this giant sloth, they actually created an interdimensional species. That's why the Sasquatch would go from this dimension to the fourth and fifth dimensions, and 9. There's actually 4 subspecies of the Sasquatch. The first one is called the Ancient Ones. They're 300,000 years old. Then you've got you've got 3 other species which are more animal. They have hairier, they are more like wild beasts, and so with the Ancient Ones, if an Ancient One mates with a human on this planet, they have viable progeny. In other words, they have viable children. And there have been instances where Native Americans have had families with Sasquatch, and the kids are like little hairy on the jailbird, really different than what we look like, Native Americans look like. So it's a very interesting history.
Can we stop there for just a second? Okay, so the Ancient Ones, are these the big ones? Because I'm always looking for. I think that there's a purebred race.
That's the purebred race.
Okay.
It's the hybrid race from the Ancient Ones from 300,000 years old, and they're still around.
But a lot of the contracts you have, a lot of the DNA samples you're collecting are not these. These are probably because didn't we have sloth DNA or something show up in?
Ancient sloth.
Yeah, so anyway, so there is are the Ancient Ones very big, like 12, 15 foot?
They're big, yeah, they're big. They're not as old as the Ancient Ones. They are successive hybridization experiments done with the ancient sloth before it became extinct. And they're bigger and hairier, and there's 3 different subspecies of those as well. Most of those are benevolent. I'm not saying all are benevolent. Most of those are benevolent. And they do want to help us. When I was at Mount Shasta in September 2017, a lady named Tammy from Minnesota, who came into the camp one night. She parked her van, and she'd been crippled for the past 20 years, unable to walk. At 2 o'clock in the morning that morning, the Sasquatch, she said, surrounded her van and asked her if she wanted healing in her legs for her crippled legs. She said yes. The next thing she knows, she was beamed out of her van by an ET craft from the Hollow Earth. This is here in America. And she was given a new pair of legs, being back to her van. She woke up the next morning, and when we were cooking breakfast, she was running around the campsite, screaming, "They healed me! They healed me!" And I stopped her, and I don't allow drugs on my trips. And I thought, "Are you on drugs?" And she said, "No. You understand? I'm fine. They gave me a new set of legs." And I said, "Who gave you a new set of legs?" The Sasquatch and the people of the Hollow Earth gave me a new set of legs. So it's true. She was completely healed. The Sasquatch, in general, there are some exceptions. In general, they're very benevolent, loving, kind individuals who care about us here on the surface and want to help us. The ones we run into at Mount Shasta are always kind of bad.
All right, so a couple of issues here. You go into this conference at the Sasquatch Summit, and you got a lot of guys that they're science. They want hard evidence.
I have hard evidence.
And you guys are talking about, stuff that is really more esoteric.
Okay.
So,
Right.
and so, is there? Do you share your ideas with the people at this summit?
I do. I actually was a speaker here some weeks ago. But I have hard evidence. I have Sasquatch droppings frozen in my freezer, looking for good scientists to examine it. I also have saliva samples from food that this one Sasquatch ate at our campsite. And I've got pictures. I've got pictures of a home that we discovered recently. And in addition here, I had an encounter with the Sasquatch. What did you share that? Going to the bathroom.
Well, I was in the Mount Shasta with this group. In the morning, I was walking through the forest to go to the bathroom, to use the bathroom. And I saw that, energetically, I could see that Sasquatch was just walking toward this direction. I was going other direction. He was walking like this. And then I thought, oh, there's a Sasquatch. I looked at him and he disappeared. But I could tell that he was walking toward this direction. But there's no evidence that I can prove. But that's something that I saw.
I have the physical droppings. I mean, that I do have, and I'd love to find a good scientist. If there's anybody out there, please send me an email to outofThisWorld1150@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to work with a scientist to get this analyzed. The other problem is that we exist here in the third dimension. These are fifth-dimensional creatures. So you're asking people, when they ask for hard science, I don't blame them, you're asking for third-dimensional proof, evidence of a fifth-dimensional creature. And when you mix dimensions like that, I mean, how do you prove what you dreamt in the fifth dimension if you're in a dream state, for example? It's difficult. It's very difficult to do that. There are 12 different dimensions, with the 12th dimension being the supreme being, or God who created all of this. And then you go down the dimensions, and we're in the third dimension here. Fourth dimension is time, and fifth dimension is where they reside. So they come back and forth a lot.
Okay, so if you say that they're coming back and forth, so I'm existing in the third dimension, but I'm also existing in the two-dimensional world. Are they, when they're fifth dimension, are they everything up to the fifth dimension? They're existing in our world and in that world at the same time, or do they have to go back and forth?
They consciously can choose which dimension they wish to be in. That's what I'm saying. Human origins are a fifth dimensional basis.
So what, we need to talk about this on our podcast, but what is in the fifth dimension? Why do they come back and forth?
They were given that ability because of the hybridization of their own genetic heritage. They were mixed with the genes from the ancient giant sloth, which is now extinct, which existed in the third dimension. And the human origins of their species came from the fifth dimension. And even the benevolent ETs didn't know, human ETs didn't know quite what would happen, but they mixed them together with the hope that eventually this would become an advanced human civilization for this planet. I mean, they could have left things alone, let the monkeys evolve, but it would have taken longer to do. But we were definitely seeded on this planet with other races. And we actually, in galactic history, we've been genetically altered 22 times. We've been messed with 22 times by 22 different galactic civilizations. Other ETs off planet consider humans on this planet to be genetic royalty, because we have so many strands of DNA, and actually a lot of those strands are shut down. But we're starting to wake up. When they fully wake up, look out, because we're very powerful spiritual beings, meant to create a beautiful and happy planet. That's our destiny on this planet. It's not meant to be fighting. It's not meant to be warring. We were placed here to help create a paradise on Earth. That's what it was hoped we would do. So we're still working on it now, but that's what we're headed for right now. And I want to thank you so much, Matt, for your work, Richie, everyone for listening, because we're all in this together, and raising consciousness is part of my purpose, your purpose, is enlightening people and getting them to realize there's more than just us out there, that there's so much more we just don't know. I know maybe some of the things you find a bit out there, but that's what they told me. I come from a psychic family, and I talk to the other side all the time. That's what they told me. So.
If I can say one thing before we finish, I would like to say that this is the water crystal from the word love and gratitude. Now, I would like to ask everyone to be open about something that we cannot see, because the eyes of the physical eyes that we have can only perceive only just a little bit of the percentage of what exists on this world, because we cannot capture this water crystal without observing with the microscope. Using the microscope of 200 times, we can finally observe this and capture this crystal. until Dr. Emoto was successfully taking this water crystal, no one knew that water had crystals. See? No one knew it. Now, many people know that water creates beautiful crystals to our beautiful thoughts, beautiful words. Whereas when we expose negative words or negative feelings, water does not form crystals. But this is it's because Dr. Emoto was open to it. He knew intuitively that there are crystals. So if we are open to like Sasquatch, the fifth dimensional beings, then we are able to probably observe or perceive or feel. But if we are closed, we're closing everything. So that's something that I would like to say.
Well, and actually, those are very wise words. If you don't know anything about these water experiments, I wanted to do my own, right, and get those little jars.
Sure.
I cannot pronounce his name, but he
Dr. Emoto?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is it Emoto?
Emoto.
Emoto. He just took rice, right, and put them in jars of water and put words on the jars.
Right here.
And
yes.
they had like hate and whatever those pictures.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm going to do the same thing. I keep putting it off, but I want to do the same.
Oh, please do, because I have the picture of the rice experiments that I did at home. This is the picture people can see in the back of this book. And I put love and gratitude on one jar of cooked rice. And on the same rice, I put thank you, you fool, and ignored. The most beautiful, the cooked rice stayed was from after love and gratitude, and after that, thank you. And then the third one was you fool, and interestingly, the worst one is ignored. That shows that water is showing that we do not want to ignore anything. I mean, even though we might be fighting or saying something ugly, still we're happy to have someone right beside you because we're giving attention and love and energy to each other. But if this happens to cooked rice, we are 70% water. Water is the one that is making this phenomenon. So we want to respect water. We want to be kind, loving, respectful. We want to be in harmony.
Did Dr. Emoto say God is water and water is God?
Yeah.
Well, it's very Christian. I mean, you get baptized in the water.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, we purify ourselves with water in all religions. Baptized, when we go to the shrine in Japan, we cleanse ourselves with water too. In Hinduism, all the religions use water. Yep.
Boy, well, you guys are really onto some very cutting-edge stuff, and man, I'm so glad I met you. I'm so glad I came to this conference.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
So we're gonna definitely be in touch, and hopefully we'll either you'll be on my podcast, or maybe
I'd love to have you on my show.
I'd love to be on it. I hope it lasts a while, because like a couple hours, because I think we have a lot to talk
Yeah,
about.
absolutely.
But so
Doing next Friday.
I'm on your show.
Great.
No,
Great. 29th of November you'll be on. Okay.
So, well, it's very nice to meet you. So I'm sitting here with Ted, Mahr, and Michiko. I am sorry.
That's fine, Michiko Hayashi.
Okay, Michiko Hayashi. And I apologize for I thought you guys were married at the beginning.
Oh, that's fine. We've been partners for 5 years. So.
Oh, okay. Well, you look so good together. It's
Thank you.
just like me and my wife. So, all right. Well, it's good to have you guys. It's an honor to have you on Encounters USA. And enjoy the conference.
Can I give out my website one more time?
Absolutely.
Okay, you can find out more about my station and programs at www.outofThisWorld1150.com. And Mitchie's is
Emoto Peace Project?
EMOTO Peace Project.net.
Thank you.
And you can get a few pages there. And the conference next March, and I hope you can come in. I'd love to have you come. Is www.galacticwisdomconference.com. This will be my, I I believe the 6th annual conference. Correct. So this will be my 6 years in a row I've been having the conference that. So I hope you can all help.
You want me to get Michael to join you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right,
It'll be fun.
Michael, there's your challenge right there.
Okay.
Okay, you guys. Well, again, thank you for being on Encounters
Thank you so
USA.
much.
And as we always say, when you're out in the woods or wherever you are, always watch your back.